Miss Harris here. I'm creating this vodcast so you can know exactly how I want you to do your web quest, okay? This time we are exploring what we've been discussing in class. We're comparing the Han China dynasty to Roman Empire and how that compares to modern superpowers and other influential countries, which we'll call potential superpowers. In this web quest, there are several parts to it. There's the introduction that tells you the approach that you're taking to it. There is the task that shows exactly what your final product should be. There's also guidance that kind of tells you what kind of questions that you need to be answering. And before that, there's process that gives you a step-by-step instructions on how to create this webcast. Also, you'll find information sources. So let me break it down section by section, okay? So for the information section, you're going to approach it as if you were a part of a historical society. You're a veteran member of a historical society, and a local museum and or library have asked you to compile information about these ancient empires. For our purposes, we're looking at the ancient Roman Empire and the Han Chinese Empire, and comparing that to modern superpowers. The United States is going to be your main focus in comparing, but also mentioning other superpowers as well. Comparing how these ancient superpowers rose, fell, some of the good things about them, some of the bad things about them, how they rose, how they fall, and how their plight as a society actually compares to America right now. So what you're going to do, your task is to get future visitors of this exhibit in the library and the museum. Your task is to get them to understand that comparison between ancient superpowers, the Roman Empire and Han China dynasty, and the United States. Your goal is to make them understand it. And you're also looking at it as a historical society. You're going to have to present this information to the board of this library and this museum so they can approve this, so they can be an exhibit. All right? And you're going to be doing this with your think groups that we've already assigned in class. So after you get information and the task, you're going to create a final product. So you can create a PowerPoint presentation, you can create a skit, a video. The video can be in the form of a public service announcement, a skit, documentary, infomercial. You could do a pamphlet, a display board, and anything else that's listed on the task section. So you can choose what products you want to do, whatever you want to do to compile this information, okay? So after the task, there's a process. So the process is a step-by-step guide of how you're going to do this. For instance, one of the steps is to look at the information resources. So you'll see that on the assignment, okay? Then after that, there's information sources. I have given you a wealth of information, probably more than you need, so you can have all the information that you need to complete this task, all right? One thing is, if you do add additional resources, I need you to list them for me so I can know exactly where you're getting information from. Then there's the conclusion. What's the purpose of this project? Why is Ms. Harris making us do this web quest? It's so you can be able to, remember we talked about Common Core standards, you're going to be able to cite textual information. You're going to understand historical video and historical text and be able to have a fuller insight and in-depth analysis. You're going to be able to engage in discourse about global government affairs and present this information to others who are new in making these connections. I want you to think critically, and at the end of all the information that you present, sum it up with an educated opinion about where do you think our modern superpowers stand, and what direction are they going, and what lessons could they learn from ancient empires. Thank you very much. I know you guys are going to have a great time with this web quest. We've had amazing discussions in class about this, and you guys already know what to do. So I'm just sitting back and I'm looking forward to your projects. Thank you very much.